In X-Men Apocalypse, they said the third part is the worst part. And I think it happens with a lot of movies. The third part gets, I don't know why, has anybody cursed the movie industry? Like whenever they make a third movie of a successful franchise, the third part is labeled as the worst part, or only by a few set of people or a few, a very niche audience say that this was the third movie is the best movie. And does it happens with the movie I'm reviewing? Let's find out. But before starting the video, I would be glad, like always, if you could please support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you guys. So let's start. So today I watched the Kingsman. It's the third movie in the Kingsman franchise, and it has released in our country, last week. But because of the COVID and the pandemic, all the theaters were closed. So I got a chance to watch this movie today. Let's find out, was this movie good, bad, or worth watch? So let's start. So first of all, I'm a huge fan of Kingsman movies. I love the style, I love the glamour and the way they are shot, and the suits and ties and everything, the attire. I just love Kingsman movies, and I have been following this franchise from like the first one was awesome. The second one was way better than the first one. I really liked the Golden Circle, and its third part was also, on my bucket list or on my awaited list to watch. But I don't know, the third part, when I saw the trailer, I was not very much attracted to the movie itself. And so after watching the movie, I can give the verdict that this is the worst Kingsman movie ever. I don't know why they made this movie. It does not deserve a Kingsman status or a Kingsman name. I mean, it has really spoiled the franchise. I know they were talking about a story where they want to show how the Kingsman, the organization, came into existence. But I don't know, man. This movie just, it does not live up to the name of the Kingsman. It does not it does not have that style. It does not have the action. It does not have the elements a Kingsman movie has. I mean, like, it feels like I'm watching a typical war movie. Yes, it was like that. Like, you feel like it really feels like you're watching a war movie. Like, we understand there are wars and there are shady people all around, and to prevent the world, you want to establish an organization, and you want to, you set a network of people that are into various places, into White House and into influential people's houses, working as maids or, as house help or something. But they are raws and spies, trying to give the required information to the, to the authorities or to the agencies. Yes, so this was the basic plot of the movie. To prevent the war, you have to develop an organization. We have to develop an organization, and that organization is Kingsman. So it is basically the story of that. And I think this movie should be renamed not as Kingsman, but it should be named as A Son's Revenge, or A Father's Revenge, or Revenge of the Son, or Insane Wars. Yeah, definitely. And let's talk about the positive aspect of this movie. I think the positive aspect of this movie, one has to be Rhys Ifans, because I think Rhys Ifans as Rasputin was the show stealer for me. I really loved his role in the movie, and it was really awesome. And the way he has portrayed it with style and cliche was so good and so awesome. And all the action scenes that he did with the dancing and all, and his character was totally awesome and hilarious, though it was for a very small time or for a very brief point of time. But yeah, his character was good, and he's portrayed as a bisexual. And the fight scene in this movie were just too awesome. The fight scene of Rasputin, where he fights with Ralph Fiennes and, the main characters, was just totally awesome. And the show stealers scene for me, and there was just like few scenes in the movie deserves a notable mention. The first have to be the plane scene. Yeah, there's a scene where Ralph Fiennes, is jumping off the plane, try to open his parachute, and that scene like totally took my breath away. And the last scene, the climax scene, is worth watch, and it was well shot. Apart from that, this movie is full of war scenes and explosives, so nothing new, nothing very awesome to watch. Already watched in a lot of movies, not innovative action sequence like the earlier movies. So yeah, nothing cliche or stylish in this one. Let's talk about the negative. Already talking about it. So this movie seems very inconsistent. It lacks the flow, it lacks the go with the flow aspect. The story is moving in one direction, and then they have to, you know, just remove that character and then the story move in that another direction. So you are following people and then you remove that people from that from the movie itself, and then the story develops and the story shifts to some other characters. So yeah, there are a lot of characters were coming, and we were, you know, we hold on to expectations to seeing that character more, and then suddenly those characters are wiped off or removed and the story moves or shift towards new characters. So yeah, the screenplay lacks inconsistency. There's not a smooth flow or like a heroic element. There's no one particular hero in this movie. There are multiple. I don't know why. So yeah, it becomes hard to keep track of the movie in which direction this movie is going. And as already discussed, the fight scenes were not as awesome as the earlier movies, and the story do lack conviction, and it is a very less believable movie. And I think I was missing a lot of actors from the earlier movie, be it Colin Firth, be it Taron Egerton, and Mark Strong and Michael Caine. Yes, I was missing the old cast very much because I'm such a fan of the Kingsman, and in my sister, me, my dad, we all enjoy Kingsman movies. So yeah, and this movie feels like very lame and very boring and very, not calling it dumb, but I don't know, it will really disappoint a lot of Kingsman fan around, and I don't even care about this movie. Yeah, and I really don't give a damn about this one because this was highly disappointing. If you really like my video, please make sure to subscribe to my channel and support me so that I can become the best movie reviewer of this world. Lots of love.